Witcher 3 is on, and I might play all the Witchers.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. That last Witcher game's supposed to be really good.
So you're full Dragon Ball mode with Witcher, right?
You?
Sort of with this. I'm in the second like proper novel, which is like the Empire Strikes Back or whatever of the novels, because there's a 3-novel arc. That's one arc. That's one story, and I really appreciate like the book that I sent to Wade.
Yeah.
Is a short story collection, and there was a lot of fun in discovering what that is.
Yeah.
And it was watching a writer who wasn't a professional, right? He was an engineer, and he was writing these stories and then submitting them to like the Polish fantasy magazine.
And that's its name, right? This is the Polish fantasy. I'm sure.
Yeah.
Like I was like, yeah.
And so I was enjoying reading the book, and you're kind of watching an author like cut his teeth and gain power. Like every story was sort of building on, like even the first story doesn't feel like an amateurish thing.
No.
It feels like a fully formed. Wouldn't you agree? Wade?
Yeah, totally.
Like feels. Yeah, so I enjoy it because I read it because I like shorts. I like short story collections.
Yeah.
And that's my jam because if I get bored with something, I could just put it down and revisit it later. But I read that thing in like a 2 day.
You did, and I'm feeling incompetent, and then I'm like 30.
No. It's you've got a lot going on, but I read it in like 2 days, and I think I bought it on a Saturday, and I was done by Sunday night, and then I had it like in the mail to you like on Tuesday.
Right, yeah,
because I had already got the second book is a series of short stories. They really shouldn't be called short stories. The second book, they're more like 4 novellas. So like
It's his different seasons.
Right. Well, the first one even has like a bridging device through all of them, which is unusual for a story collection. But if you're telling stories of the one character, it's a cool way to do it. Yeah.
It was a very cool way, and I enjoyed that too. And the second book, you get to see him like gather even more strength, and now he's expanding his power, his like literary powers into like a longer form, and it's cool to see how he does that. And he makes it look effortless. Like these stories feel effortless, like they don't feel like it's light reading, but at the same time you feel like you're in real capable hands with the storyteller. You would agree with that, Wade?
Yeah.
I mean, So
I don't feel bogged down.
And
they're
they're just fun.
Yeah.
What's that?
I don't feel bogged down at all. Yeah, they're fun little fantasy stories dealing with there's a lot of the archetypes.
There's monsters fighting.
There's monsters fighting. It's got dwarves and elves, but it's another take on that kind of genre, and he does a good job with it. It creates this.
But he doesn't. There's like not deep dives into it. It's all the stuff that it's none of the stuff I like.
Right.
I mean, I hate.
Yeah.
It's
not.
They don't go in.
Not a lot of.
Yeah, I mean, it's even.
They don't introduce a dwarf and then go into 900 years of.
No,
dwarf
they don't.
history.
they just say there's a dwarf over there, or this guy's half elf.
Right,
Like,
and that's. Yes,
I love how
and that's what
one
I'm
of the
all
great
about.
things I love is that I love that Dragon Ball has never even remotely tried to explain why there's like panda people and various animals that live in the world.
Right.
Like I love that.
Right. I'm the same way. Yeah. So whenever I watch The Mandalorian and the character's really good at shooting a rifle, I just like that character is just better than the other characters.
Yeah.
I don't gripe that I need her backstory.
They're aliens. It literally could have been a panda bear who shot better than anyone else who gives a fuck. It's Space World. Yeah.
Yeah, I highly recommend The Witcher story. So now I'm a little bit bogged down in the novels because it is having to do like bigger scope stuff that I'm not.
It's not doing like I didn't expect so much like fractured fairy tales aspect of it.
Yes,
yeah,
but you didn't know. Yes, but that was fun when you realized. Like, reading that, that was the fun of that first novel to me. Like when I realized what he was doing, because I had no idea what he was doing, and watching that unfold was the fun. And you don't get that every time. Like not every story is like that, right?
No, not really. There might be some weird Grimm's story that I'm just not picking up on, like it could be, but I don't know. As far as
well, that's the thing. It made me doubt my knowledge of like proper Grimm's fairy tale.
Yeah, or some weird obscure Grimm's Polish one that I don't know about. Like I'm sure there's some of that.
Right. But
he doesn't use
The Witcher
as
a character.
He doesn't use it in a way where he's teaching you about the fairy tales. You just it's
no.
You could read the whole story. If you were a dumb person and you just were just reading it, you might not even make the connection that it's one.
It's like, oh my God, that's Snow White. Yeah, she gets taken out to the woods by a woodcutter, and it's like yeah. If you didn't know that was like kind of riffing on Snow White, then you wouldn't know that, and it'd be fine.
Right. It's still, the story still stands on its own, independent of whatever the reader brings to it with their knowledge.
Right.
And I had to Google some of the monsters too, because
that's Striga, and
the Striga. I Googled, I Googled that shit because
I just took for granted it was.
I'm like, I don't.
What'd you learn?
You took for granted that it was a.
What's a Striga?
That's
the. I'm currently reading Tezuka's Buddha, and I'm tearing through that shit. I'm on the third one, and there's times where it's like, what the fuck is this real? Like, how do you know? And most of the time it isn't, but most of the time it's Tezuka like adding to it or whatever. But it's fun like that. So,
I recommend The Witcher. I'm glad that Wade likes it. On a certain level, I mean, he's much more well read in fantasy than I am, so it's probably like fantasy for babies or something. I don't know.
I mean, it's like a lot of fantasy tropes and stuff, but like I don't mind when people do that stuff well. So it's
right.
Or not even no, it's good. Yeah, I mean, it's like.
He's not accidentally leaning into tropes. He's doing
right. I mean, it's almost you could even make Usagi Yojimbo comparisons to like Usagi goes as a lone warrior guy, and then he encounters a lot of this Japanese folklore. It's like it's kind of doing that with Grimm, Polish, these Western fairy tales kind of things, except with this Witcher character, which the whole Witcher concept seems pretty original. Like he made up, the Monster Hunter, Witcher, like.
Is it not is it not based off Witchfinder General?
Nope.
No. He's literally a witch. He does spells.
He does spells. He's a mutant because he's been like tampered with by all these these potions and.
He's whatnot. A mute. He doesn't talk.
Mutant.
No, he's a mutant.
Oh! I thought you just told me that they had that Henry Cavill just backed him to the greatest role of his career, one where he doesn't have to talk but can just look good and fight.
No,
that's pretty much. I mean, the character. There's a lot. It's a complicated character. Yeah. Yeah. Manu would probably hate him. Right. I mean,
he's a strong silent type, but with a good code of honor, and actually means well. But it's well.
All right.
Yeah, it's that's a recognizable archetype, but it's well written and
Are you at the Dandelion stuff yet? Have you met Dandelion?
No. I think I met Dandelion once, and I think I remember that character from the game, one of the games I played.
Yeah, you probably do.
So that's part of it for me. Like I never played any of the. Like The Witcher, the big ones. I played the first Witcher game on Steam on my old shitty MacBook because I thought it could run it, and it did fine. I played maybe 20 hours of one game, which is nothing for an RPG. So, but there's a lot of stuff.
It was.
I mean, it's good. And then the second, the
I'm really excited about the TV show.
Oh yeah.
Do you think Joni will watch it with you?
Yeah, she probably will.
I think Elsa would really like it. It will fix her Game of Thrones issue, unless it's really bloody or really titsy.
It could be.
It could be.
Could be.
It could be.
Has Netflix ever got real titsy though? Like HBO titsy?
It's so funny because I read those first 3 George R. Martin books, and that's all D&D.
Yeah.
Added all that in there. Yes. And the Witcher, on the other hand, has it like built in. So, so I would.
I think that probably the instinct now is to shy away from tootsies, in like Tootsie shows, because I think it just plays in more quadrants that way.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's kind of like there's show. I guess Dear White People has quite a bit of sex in it.
Oh yeah.
And that's a Netflix show.
Mm-hmm.
But that's also like I don't know. I'm interested. Probably marketing it as a hard R will probably get that chomp like like Venom fan base.
Right.
Yes.
Oh, and
it should.
And that's its target.
The video
market.
game fans are probably their market they're trying to hit than the people that have read the books.
Oh, the video games are titsy too, aren't they?
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, okay. So they got.
Are they?
Got
yeah.
tits in the video game.
There's whole mini games on like fucking basically. The first or second game, it was like the sex scenes were just like a playing card, and then they'd narrate what happened, But then later ones, I think, get pretty for a video game.
Narrate it like. Then he his finger and like that.
Well, no, like this is the winch that you bedded, and here's a card depicting her in a drawing.
Oh. In the throes of ecstasy or whatever.
Yeah, or something.
That's pretty funny.
I would liked it more narrated, just like Anthony Hopkins comes
then
over.
He ran his hand down her. Yeah.
But that was when she asked him to move because he was hurting her hip. After getting over, he tried. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm all about The Witcher. It's a lot of fun. The Witcher as a concept, the mutant outcast who like goes town to town to kill monsters for money.
Yeah.
And because he's a badass, people are like.
Are there bullshitters? I love bullshitters.
Yes.
Oh, great.
Yes. That's what Dandelion is.
Oh God. Oh, there's a.
He's the bard. Oh. He goes around. He's like the Witcher's best friend, or as good a friend as the Witcher like will allow himself to have.
Could Walton Goggins play Dandelion? Because that would be really great.
Now I'm disappointed that that's not going to happen. That's like, yes. Yeah. Are they going to let Henry Cavill talk in his natural British accent?
I think he's got a little bit of one. I've seen some of the trailers, and there's like a...
I don't remember him talking.
Yeah, there's one, I think, where it's Henry Cavill talking about the character, and I think there's some clips. Yeah.
I assume he's not speaking in his stilted ass, lame ass American accent.
Yeah, I don't know what kind of accent he's got. I mean, he talks in a gruff voice because The Witcher's a gruff, brooding character. I guess.
I mean, that I've seen a little bit of that. What's that movie where, it's like made for gay people, but it's not about gay people, but it's like Mission Impossible.
Mission Impossible 2?
The Man from Uncle. The Man from Uncle.
Okay.
And he was in that with Armie Hammer and people like as a cat and mouse kind of double agent spies, and people went crazy.
People loved
that, and he was British in that. So
okay,
because I think Armie Hammer was American and he was the Brit. So yeah, people went crazy for him in that. So I think that maybe I think he's probably got. He's a good-looking guy. Good God. So, I assume that I just an ounce of charisma will take him anywhere. So he's got to have something, right?
If they go titsy with the show, they probably go some bare man ass too. I bet.
Ooh, here's the thing though. That's my Henry Cavill.
There are a lot of baths.
Yeah, there are a lot of baths. So like you got to show Cavill's ass. I mean, even actually, if you go, I think the first shot of the trailer is just a shot of his ass walking down not a bare ass, but it's like it kind of comes up and it stops on Henry Cavill's ass because they know what they're doing.
Yeah, he's probably good as a body.
Yeah,
but I'm going to bet that he's one of those guys that like you don't want to see in a sex scene. Like there's something about it. It's like maybe a creepy. Like I think Tom Cruise is like that, where he's like a good-looking guy, but then when he starts having sex scenes, you're kind of like, oh no, that's not good. Like that's not a good guy, you know. Like, and I think that maybe Henry Cavill might have that too, that look.
Yeah, probably.
What's the opposite? John H. Benjamin. He would probably be somebody you would really want to see in one.
Shit. Who is the opposite? Didn't Jack Black get a lot of play like that for a while? It seems like once he was, I don't remember. Once he was in Rome, I don't know. Pete Davidson seems have some sort of magic that I don't think is evident in his day-to-day life. So.
No, I don't.
Maybe they need to put him on television, and once the bedroom eyes, like maybe if he ever has it, doesn't he have like a serious role coming out?
Pete.
Like, if he could ever find himself in an actual romantic sex scene, I bet there would be some chemistry there. I bet people would go like, I get that. Like doesn't Bradley Cooper have that?
Probably.
Like when
you were asking.
Yeah, like I mean,
we're all straight dudes, and my wife never talks about this stuff, so I don't know.
I mean, Bradley Cooper seems like I think that like with Tom Cruise and sex scenes, it's because for me, I mean, this is my pet peeve about Tom Cruise, is because his arrogance bleeds through on everything, and you're too arrogant, and can get kind of rapey in a sex scene.
Or arrogance or insecurity.
Yeah. Well, both. Yeah, exactly.
Or like you start getting a look and you're like, I don't know now, but that guy like hates his mom, or something, like
right.
Like something like that, and you're just like, it is not good. Like like they turn into like Willem Dafoe or something.
Right.
Even though Willem Dafoe, probably doesn't have that in real life, but
right.
That's his bread and butter. Is
Willem Dafoe.
That fucker, maybe the other lighthouse guy, Batman.
Oh, Pattinson.
Maybe he has. I don't know. He looks like he's something off, and he's leaned into that. He was supposed to be Sexy Man, and that career wasn't work, and so then he went did a bunch of David Cronenberg movies, and then became the off guy.
Right.
And so now he gets those kind of roles, like those Joaquin Phoenix roles.
What are we even gonna do with the new Batman?
Not
like how much interest could we still have?
I don't know.
Who's the Penguin? They cast him.
Oh, was it? No, Dano's the Riddler.
Jonah Hill.
Paul Dano.
Shit.
I'm all about that, actually. I might go see it for that.
He might be the Riddler or something, but he's in there as a villain, I think. Which, I'm for.
And Peter Sarsgaard.
Who's he play? A butler? Alfred?
No, the butler's been cast.
As who? I don't know. I don't know.
Some old British person. Some old British white guy.
What?
Spoiler.
Hugh Grant. Did he move into that role?
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
A stuttering Halford.
Yeah. Well, now he kind of plays that, but now he kind of plays. He's got a scuzzier energy now, and I think that would be kind of fun to bring to it too.
You've seen Paddington 2, haven't you?
Paddington 2. What's that movie he's coming out with? The new Guy Ritchie movie where he's doing just basically a straight Michael Caine impersonation.
That sounds awesome.
It does. It looks great, and it's a Guy Ritchie movie. I've only liked Snatch, and I've watched most of them, and I don't know why.
Yeah, he's one of those guys. Keeps on getting more shots, and never gets put in the movie jail.
Right.
Yeah,
well, Aladdin made $1 billion, just nobody liked it.
Yeah.
Well, everybody in my house did.
Oh yeah. Oh, I haven't seen it, so.
Yeah. Well, neither have I. I can't. I gotta. You know when you're on. On something.
Yeah, like I'm gonna watch this Christmas Prince movies at some point, and I'm resigned to it. It's fine.
Mm-hmm.
thinking about Spider-Man the whole time.
Yeah, I'll just cross my eyes and think of Spider-Man. Close my eyes.